Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing something that I've not done in a really long time, which is I got a random assortment of books online, and I have no idea what's going to be actually in here, and we're going to look through and see together and see if this was a total swing and a miss and waste of money, or if this ends up being kind of worth it. This also hopefully will be the last cold video where I don't have a full voice here and am having to talk directly into the microphone to hopefully be loud enough and audible. So I have here this box, which is, so I got online. It was $40, and it is 10 pounds of miscellaneous of all shapes and sizes, supposed to be sci-fi fantasy books. I have no idea what's going to be in here. I did this once before. Granted, I feel like it was a lot cheaper at the time when I did this before, but I did this before with a bunch of mass market paperbacks, and I remember there were some winners, there were some losers, but it was kind of an interesting time. So I randomly decided to do this. Now, this doesn't necessarily help with the whole goal of buying less miscellaneous books, but chances are I'm not going to want to keep all of these anyway, but hopefully a good amount. So we're going to pop this open. Okay, so box is undone. Oh, I'm going to turn this the other way so I can actually see these. This might end up being not so much a good one. So we're starting off. We've got the Magic Kingdom of Landover by Terry Brooks. So this starts with the Magic Kingdom for sale, sold. I do remember hearing about this. I'm not much of a Terry Brooks fan. I've not read this though, so I guess let me know. But so not starting off with the strongest one, but wait, there's more, because we also have the Tangle box, which says a Magic Kingdom of Landover novel as well. So that has 3 of them. Apparently there's a lot more books in this series than I'm aware of. It's not one I'm particularly familiar with, so yeah, we're not the strongest of starts, but hey, we'll see what else we got in here. So I have a feeling this is going to be a big mess overall. But so we have Orson Scott Card with Aaron Johnston, Earth of Fire. So this seems like this is also another Ender's Game one, which book 2 of the first Formic War, it says. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of that series or this author, so probably a mess here. I didn't realize that there were more books that were like prequels there, although I suppose it makes sense. That one's, I'll look at it, but probably not going to be a big one. Oh, this is interesting. I have no idea what this is. A Ministry of Peculiar Occurrences novel. Phoenix Rising, it says. This is Pitt Ballantine and T. Morris. Malevolence has met its match in Agents, Books, and Brawn. This looks super, super cheesy. I don't know how well you can see this. This looks super cheesy. I have no idea what this is. So this seems to be like British secret agents. I have no idea. This doesn't sound really like sci-fi fantasy. Maybe it has some sci-fi elements. I have no idea, but that's okay. That's definitely a random one for sure. Then we have this one. Looks like most of these haven't been in terrible condition. Not the best, but not terrible until this one. But we have On Basilisk Station by David Weber. So I at least know of this author. I know lots of sci-fi by this author. But I don't specifically know this one. That is really bent. So having made him look the fool, she's been exiled to Basilisk Station in disgrace and set up for ruin by a superior who hates her. So, okay. So that sounds kind of interesting. I don't know. If you know this one, at least I feel like I've heard of this one. So let me know if you know that one as well. Oh, and then we have the movie cover of The Martian. I literally just read this and have the non-movie cover version of it in a better sign, so probably don't need that one. We have, yeesh. Okay, these are getting a little bit messier, but The Waking Fire, book 1 of Draconis Moria, which I already have in much better condition than this. So probably don't need that one here. Okay, let's see what else we got. I feel like the first time I did this went a little bit better so far because this has not been the best. But hey, when you get the random box, that's the chance you take. Um, we have Galactic Corpse, Book 2 of the Inheritance Trilogy by Ian Douglas. I don't know what this is, and I wonder if is Book 1 going to be in here, or is this totally miscellaneous? I don't see it, but we'll keep digging. So Galactic Corpse, Book 2. So next up we have the all-new Lost in Space, which it sounds like this is a novelization of the movie Lost in Space, which I don't feel like I've heard of. It's not ringing a bell. There's oh gosh, there's apparently like stills from the movie. I don't recall this. I don't feel like I know this movie. So there's that. Oh gosh, there's a Star Trek one in here. A Time to Be Born by John Vornholt. Um, I don't know. I suppose I am aware that there has to be Star Trek ones, but you always hear about the Star Wars books, but not so much about Star Trek. So interesting. I'm not huge into Star Trek, but that could be interesting. Oh gosh, what on earth is this? This is another. Oh, this is an old one of those old yellow ones. The Feather Stroke by Sidney J. Van Sciok. Soaring New Fantasy Novel from the author of Blue Song and Dark Child. I've never heard of this author or those books. Um, here's the cover. Cover's kind of interesting here. The girl Dara was as plain as the buildings of the simple folk, as gray as the land they called their own. Yet there was a fire behind her eyes. Unbidden, her thoughts took flight to the world her grandmother knew, when water and wind had names and the people had souls that sang. Okay, this isn't giving me a whole lot of information. But I don't know. That one has me more curious than almost anything else here. Um, oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, so this is the first actually kind of nifty thing in here. This is in pretty terrible condition, but still kind of cool. The Chronicles of Amber, Volume 2 by Roger Zelazny. Now, I have a bind up in paperback, but what books is this? This looks like this is an old. So this is Sign of the Unicorn, The Hand of Oberon, and The Courts of Chaos. So this is like books. It's I think 3, 4, and 5. So that's actually kind of nifty. That one might be kind of worth hanging on to. Just because I'm actively reading the series, so that's kind of nifty. And then we have one more. And this definitely seems like something that's not for me, and it also sounds like it's the last book. Beautiful Chaos, a Beautiful Creatures novel by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. I feel like Beautiful Creatures sounds like some sort of weird vampire novel. Give in the gothic tradition of Anne Rice, give this to fans of Stephanie Meyer's Twilight or HBO's True Blood. Yeah, okay. So definitely not for me. So overall, I feel like this did not go well. I'm probably going to hang on to very few of these books. Definitely don't feel like this was worth the $40 by any means. So this was definitely the gamble that did not pay off whatsoever. But hopefully this was at least entertaining to get to see me open up a big box of mostly disappointing books. But that's really all I have for this one. So let me know your thoughts on any of these here, if good or bad. Anything that I was very unfamiliar with almost everything in here. Of course, make sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Check the link in the description as always for the Patreon if you want to support what I do. And of course, for the Wizardly Enclave Discord if you want to chat books, whether any of these books, other books, really anything at all. It's a lot of fun and we'd love to have you. And of course, if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe.